Hi, I'm Laura Miolla from Moxie Life Coach. And as a divorce coach and mediator, I help you save big money in the divorce process, as well as providing you with the emotional, legal, and financial support you need to make decisions you're proud of. So in today's episode of What You Don't Know About Divorce Will Cost You, I'm talking about the number one reason I see relationships fail. And it's not what you think. Most people would guess that it's money or infidelity or religion. It's none of those things are the primary cause of failed marriages. Whereas this reason is not only so powerful, I could actually predict which relationships are going to survive or fail before anyone even gets married. So what is that secret sauce? Actually, the number one reason relationships fail is because of a lack of shared values. So we all know we have values, or at least I hope so. But I've asked you what your particular list of values were. I think you'd be hard-pressed to know what they are on the tip of your tongue. And that's because they're subconscious. They're buried deep within us. They're our unwritten rule book. But they actually guide how we think and behave in our world. We behave according to our values, the things that we think are most important, whether it's subconscious or not. And we do that in our relationships as well. So you might have a value around love or fidelity or even cleanliness. And you will try to honor that with your partner by keeping a clean house. And what happens is that we assume that everyone in the world values what we value, that they think what we think is most important is actually most important. And that's not the case. Everybody has a different rule book. Everyone has a different set of values. And yet, we assume that it's the same. And it never is. So again, you might be keeping a clean house because you value it and you think your partner will value it. And then what happens? That effort goes unacknowledged, ignored, unappreciated. And that creates resentment and frustration and anger on your part. So it's important to understand that your partner might not value what you value, or they might not value or define it in the way that you do. And that makes our value systems become our values language, right? You're trying to communicate on a values level and you're not connecting. And again, it feels like a personal affront when your values aren't mirrored back at you. Because again, these are the things that are most important in your world. And you want them mirrored back to you because there's some validation in those things. So it hurts when you don't get that from your partner. But what's important to understand is they just don't share that value. They don't even recognize it. It's not in their system. It's not in their language. They don't even understand how important it is to you. You're speaking Greek. They're speaking Japanese. And so that also means that even though you're so hurt by this, they don't even realize that you're hurt. They're not doing this intentionally. It's not personal. They just don't value what you value. So it's really important to understand what your values are, what your core values are, because you will feel fulfilled and the happiest you've ever been when you are surrounded by other people who share your values. You will be at your best in environments and with people that share your values. And if there's a complete lack of aligned values, your relationship won't work. Your marriage won't work. It just won't. You're just too different in what you think is important. You also need to know what your values are because you need to honor them consciously and intentionally every day so that you feel good about the decisions you're making, so that you're proud of what you're choosing, and also so that you're attracting those values back at you, so that you're attracting those people that share those values. Those values also become your boundaries because it'll become really clear how you're honoring them, or if someone else is dishonoring them, ignoring them, or stomping on them. This shows you that perhaps this relationship needs to be refigured somehow, because it will not serve you if you keep butting heads on values. So I want you to think about your particular values. So much of the work I do as a coach is values-based, because you need to be making values-based decisions in your life, because you'll be proud of those decisions. You will never regret what you're choosing if it's based on a value. So I hope you find that valuable, and I hope that gives you some food for thought.